Alright, that should be us live. Quick check. Yep, Twitch is live. Let's just check YouTube. Oh, we're live on YouTube too. Say hello everybody. Welcome to another late night Dwarf Fortress stream. And oh, let me just set this up so I can actually see everything, and so that you guys can see everything too. Get Dwarf hack up, which is that one. There we go. Right, let's get out of the world, get back to our map, and back to our base. Alright, I'm just going to let this run a little bit. I've set quite a bit up. I shall... Let me just bring that over there. Yep, that's good. Right. Okay. Alright, everybody, go do your things. Pick up equipment mismatch. I've been tinkering with the army. I wonder what's... Have I got something wrong that's upset the equipment? I should check that. Let me have a quick look. We've now got a whole bunch of different squads. Let's see, that was Solon, wasn't it? One of our fighters. So, hello, Lieutenant Lucan. Individual choice melee, and you're in the fighter squad. Let's just check this, because they're about to get into a battle, and I just want to make sure that I have definitely set my soldiers up with, so they don't just drop their weapons because they think they're supposed to be carrying the wrong thing. Right, so yeah, we've got a bunch of Kias knocking around again. Let's just pick somebody. Solon Zonanen. Right, Solon Zonanen. Where are you? There he is. Okay. Let's have a look at you. Let's zoom to you. That would be better. What's in your inventory? You've probably just dropped whatever weapon you had, haven't you? Did you not have anything? Maybe you were unarmed. Because not all of my soldiers have got weapons yet. Let's go with that. At least he's not carrying anything that he shouldn't be carrying. Let's just... And he's supposed to be... He's a fighter, and... Yeah, there he is. So Zolan Zonaman, individual choice of melee weapon. So he might just be dropping his stuff and picking it back up again. Let's just check that everybody is set up right yet. So you've all got melee weapons. Morning, Bernie. You've all got melee weapons. Archers all got ranged weapons. Archers got ranged weapons. Oh, right. So we'll just get through this fight here. They're attacking. Is there a Kia there? Where is this Kia? Somewhere in. We've got a whole bunch of them on the map again, causing us trouble. Which is a bit of a problem because I've just told everybody to take a bunch of trading goods out to the trader. Bernie says it's 4 AM here and I've been up since 2. I really need to get my body rhythm back on track. I know. This is like Saturday night, Sunday morning for me, and I'm back in work on Monday. So I can't play too late or too early because I've got to get my body clock back again. Oh, they're not really running away with are the traders, have they panicked? I do hope not, because I want to buy some cloth off them.
Why do you think I can do this?
Yeah, the traders are kind of hanging around there.
I won't do it.
I don't think they'll trade with me until they get... until it quietens a bit. Who's that? Oh no, he's just a visitor. So I've set quite a bit of work up to be done, which I'll show you in a sec. Who's that there? Why are you sleeping on the floor? We should have enough beds. I'll check all of that in a sec. Okay, we've got one of the traders is coming back in. A bit worried about this one. He looks like he might be stuck. Because there's nothing for him to stand on there. I think if I hold on till 8 or 9 PM and then go to bed, I should be up at 4 or 5 AM tomorrow morning, which is at least close to normal again. Yeah, I was thinking if I can get up at about noon tomorrow, then I'm nearly there. Oh no, the maid. Oh, I see. He's downstairs now. So's the yak. Hopefully they'll find their way up. Let's see, we've got another petition. Entertainment. Yeah, sure. You can come join us.
Justos. Ost.
Right. Let's... Hey, Tammy. It's 9 PM here. How long have you all been up? Well, I've had my sleep schedule's all upside down at the moment, so, you know, it's not like I haven't been up that long. I got up about 5 PM. Yeah. But I have got to get my sleep schedule back the other way around again. What's going on there? Are people really getting stuck? Or is there a slope they can walk down? That just looks a bit odd or glitchy or something. I'll go through some of the things that I've set up in a minute. As soon as I just want to try and get this trade done, because we really need cloth. Okay, the yak bull is indoors. Is the trader in with him? Oh, here comes the trader over the bridge now. Fine.
No. I said no.
Sorry, sir, I can't do it.
So, unless that's our yak bull? Let's see, will you trade? Ah, now you'll trade, so maybe that isn't the traders. Right, trade everything. That gives us, ooh, a lot of money. Let's just have a quick look. There's something that I put in this lot that I wanted to keep an eye on. This is all just, the X in front of the clothing means that it's all worn out. We've got so much worn out clothing. Didn't really mean to trade one of our steel gauntlets. Oops. So yeah, don't sell that. Lots and lots of figurines and things. Okay, yeah. So that thing there, the large red zircon and the horse skull totem, they are both masterpiece quality. You can tell by this sort of thing that looks like a little turtle star in front of it and behind it. Oh, look how much that zircon's worth. I'm going to sell at least one of them because it used to be in earlier versions of the game that if you sold a masterpiece work, that it would upset the dwarf who made it. I'm not sure that's still the case, so, and I can't find a definitive answer without extensive searching. So I'm going to just try it and see. Now, meanwhile, I would like to buy some more parchment sheets so that we can write some more books. That would be good. Maybe not the really expensive ones. Well, they're not that much more, are they? Yeah, they are actually. They're twice as much. We can buy the cheaper parchment sheets. And maybe we'll buy a new codex or something for the library. Or a new book. Lunar phases for the beginning practitioner. That's very expensive. Journey to Rainfall. Social animals and the coming troubles. The staff, my only mistake. Wonder if that's the staff as in employees, or if that's the staff as in a wizard staff. If you kill a dwarf, there would be no one to get upset. Master of Surveying. I think we'll buy the staff, my only mistake. And maybe social animals and the coming troubles. We'll get those. And then I think we'll buy some food. We'll get some variable food in. I was thinking we might even start some above ground farms just to grow some different stuff for them. Let's see, we don't need any of this stuff. Right, we do want yarn and thread, because we've been not buying giant cave spider stuff because that's just expensive. It's actually brought quite a lot with him this time. I've been doing a bit of research as well as a bit of planning over the last day or two. And I've got something to show you which is interesting and made me think about the design of the fortress. And I've done a little bit of prep work just to make it easier so that I could, screw up and delete and redo and stuff like that a few times. I've got it underway now and I'll show you. I'm not expecting any humans or elves to come trading with us, so I want to buy anything that we might possibly want from these guys, because if we're only going to get one trader a year, got to make the best of it. Don't need any plump helmets, not interested in your fish. Brought a lot of fish. He must have a small aquarium with him. Not bothered about the meats. Oh, unless, let me just have a look on Dwarf Therapist. Right, we've got one very unhappy person. This is the person that got all melancholic. I'll show you what I've done with them in a minute, but is there anything in particular that she likes to eat? Long yam plants and wine. No particular meats though. I don't think long yam plants are something that we can buy from the dwarf. If they've got it, we've already bought it. Okay, but there's nothing here that'll take a fancy. Right, a lot of stuff that we're not interested in. Amulets and scepters and things. Bolts we can make our own. Okay, now this I do want. your cloth bins. And your leather bins. Because we are seriously in need of clothes. Still reluctant to buy giant cave spider silk though. So we'll just get this. Bunch of leather. Bunch of cloth. All the pigtail cloth we can lay our hands on as well. And of course they all come with free bins. I was looking at some of the dwarves. We've got one of our soldiers is running around with no pants on. His clothes have got so tattered that he's literally running around with no trousers, got nothing on his legs. So this will make a big difference. You put pizza in the oven. One of your squad's running around with no pants on, Bernie. That actually, I don't know if he'll be happy trading quite that much. Let's just make sure there's definitely nothing else we want to buy before I try for it. Call the trouserless one collarless, no pants. Can do. Is there anything here? Oh yeah, actually. There is something else I wanted to buy, and that was bags of sand. He goes for pizza and his men start stripping. And the reason why I wanted to buy bags of sand is I'm pretty sure we don't have any... they need some discipline. Yeah, quite possibly. Let's just do a search and search on sand. Bags of sand. Yeah, we'll buy these because these are cheap. Well, we'll buy the cheap bags of sand. If we get somebody who goes into a fey mood and they want to make glass, then or they want something made out of glass, we haven't got access to sand, I don't think. So I want to make sure that we can quickly throw together a furnace and make some sand with what we've got. Then, oh yeah, that's right. Then we clear search. Get back to here. I doubt very much that the trader's going to accept it, but let's give it a go. No, he's not having anything like that. Okay. Have I bought anything especially expensive? That we can afford to lose. Can get rid of some of this parchment. We'll just get a little bit more because we can definitely wait until next time. I'd still like to get 2 books. We'll just cut down a little on the probably the leather, because our source of leather is more reliable than our source of cloth. And we'll definitely buy all the thread that we've got there. There's nothing hang on, what's this? They actually are quite expensive because it's 50 a shot and I'm buying 5 of them. So quarry bush leaves, we'll get rid of the quarry bush leaves. Because they don't even give us seeds back, we need the rock nuts to grow them. Alright, how are we doing there? We'll get it so that his profit's up at let's see, if he's making about 6, I'll be making, it should be for a value of about 7, I think. You should accept that. Okay. Right, keeping the cloth. We'll knock off the leather. Unless there's any particularly expensive cloth. I could actually get rid of some of the silk because there are so many webs downstairs. I think our access to silk is going to be better now. That's cheap. That's quite cheap leather as well. Let's go up here. So that's still buying 8.2 at the moment. That's 8. Okay, maybe then we just need to drop a couple of the cloth bins that we're buying. Right, we'll try him on that. He should accept that. Okay. Yes, good. Right, happy with that. So now let's get the trader out. Let me show you some of the things that I've done. Oh, we've got alarm up here. Has that Kia got in here? Morning, Kryptonym, or happy good night for me. Right, you can't get through there. I've been looking into it, and apparently, how far are we into the game? We are in the 4th year, but there is something quite fascinating about this map, which I'm just going to show everybody in a sec. Oh no, he's butchering. That's what's upsetting the animals. We've got some Kia men running around the place at the moment, which are quite problematic. Right, so I'll show you what I've done. Let me zoom out a little. Right, bit of moat building, stuff like that, just setting that up. But if we go down, in fact, let me show you why I'm doing what I'm doing. If we go to the world map, that's the Warrens. Okay, so remember we had a Yeti wander onto the map? And I was looking, did some research about Yetis, and they live at the poles. And I was thinking, how does a Yeti get to us? Because we're in the tropics. So, oh, thanks. I like my hexagon design. Yeah, we're in the tropics. So who has set up next to us with that might be keeping or somehow bringing yetis down here? Yetis near the deserts, I know. So I thought, right, what we can do is we can use the holdings and tribute screen to show us who's close to us, because I can't see anybody on there. There's no sign. So I thought, well, we'll have a look. And oh boy, are we alone. So everything that is surrounded in green are friends, and bizarrely, the goblins are not at war with us or anybody. In fact, the whole world is at peace. No one is at war with anybody. And we are in the year, it's about 220. We're still in the age of myth, which is unusual. I was expecting to have transitioned to the age of legends by now. And the difference between those two is that while you're in the age of myth, so when the world is first created, it's created with lots of mythical beasts and demons and living gods and stuff like that. So as civilization progresses, isn't it strange to be at peace? As civilization progresses, you end up with like this. There's lots of civilization all over the map, and they start to make these like mega beasts and demons and things. They start fighting them, and they make them extinct. So to be in the age of myth, we have to have at least 2/3 of the original starting mega beasts still have to be on the map. But you look at this and think, well, yeah, there might be one there. Maybe there's one living in here. Maybe there's something here. But where are all the mega beasts? They must be in some untouched wasteland somewhere, like where we are. So if we just have let me just shrink the. I can't do it on this page. Okay, let's just whiz over a little bit. So we can travel to this area. This is all within travelling area, because there's a little land bridge just there. We can also travel to this area here, but we are very isolated, and I have a horrifying suspicion that the reason why we're still in the age of myth and why we got a Yeti wandering onto us, I'm guessing that Yeti and his family have probably come from the poles. Because nothing has ever been here. There are no ruins, there's no shrines, there's no tombs. It's not that there is no current civilization here. There has never been a civilization here. It's never been tamed. So anything from dragons to hydras to the likes of yetis and stuff like this is why we're getting invaded by Kia men all the time. There's nothing to keep nature under control. So this is a land of dinosaurs that we've set up in. Dinosaurs and demons and things. So yeah. So I'm not expecting to be sieged anytime soon. However, the fact that we've been attacked by a giant already, we did get one werebeast. One? Or was it two? We had the werepanther, didn't we? Here there be dragons. Yeah. So the werebeasts have been infrequent, but we haven't got any civilizations around us to be infected. Or, I'm sure over here, up there, down here, I'm sure there is were infections going on, but Not where we are, because there's no one to infect. I think the thing we need to look out for is the mythical beasts. How valuable's my fort? It's doing pretty well. Let's go see. So we are up to 1.4 million at the moment, but I've just sold off a lot of wealth. But then we've only exported 14,000, but then we're not getting any caravans. I get the once a year dwarven caravan. We have had an elven caravan visit twice, but they've disappeared, and on the civilization screen there is no mention of them. I'm not quite sure what happened there. So I thought, right, I've been designing this fort specifically around goblin sieges and the traditional stuff. I think we need to be thinking a bit more about Mega Beast attack. So to do that, faster turn elves into an enemy, you just cut down the trees. We've built this fort on top of an iron mountain. We've got iron and coal. And I've recently just dug into tetrahedrite as well. It's an absolute dwarf's dream. Right, now the one problem with this design, if we go down to the main entrance. So in a situation where there's danger, and I call everybody in, everybody's got to come in through this one doorway. That means that wherever they are out in the world, say they're round the back here, they're cutting down trees or collecting arrows or something, they've got to run all the way around here. If we've got, I don't know, an approaching hydra or something that has wandered in and we don't spot it until it's here, that means it's heading for the same place as all of our dwarves are. So it's going to be quite dangerous for the dwarves to get back into the base. It's the kind of thing where it will be more dangerous for them to try and seek shelter than it would be for them to stay outside. So I thought, need to do something about that. And so what I've done is just below the dining room, we go down, we started building some emergency entrances. And the way this is going to work is this bit here, which is outside of our natural fortress circumference, is going to be a pit. And we're going to build a bridge that goes over the pit so that we've got an indestructible entrance that we can close up. And then we'll send tunnels outside. Then we'll put hatches and doors and things in that'll help to slow. They'll keep out the non-intelligent stuff, and it'll slow down the approach of anything. Even the building destroyers, they take a little bit of time to get through a door, which will allow our dwarves, if we call them in, we can lock the front doors and send them into the base via far-flung entrances. So what we can do is dig those entrances. If we go back up to the top floor, we can put little escape hatches out here that then like here we'll have a doorway, a staircase that leads down into an extra entrance. As soon as we pull the gate, that'll be of no interest to anything that's trying to attack us. And we'll put fortifications and things so that if anything does loiter down in those tunnels, we'll have a way of dealing with the critter. We're at a point now where we're self-sufficient enough that if we had to close up the base and withstand a prolonged siege, we could. You like how I've built my fort with a lot of care. Puts your boxy designs to shame. I've done so many boxy designs though. That's it's so much easier. Doing something that's not square when it comes to things like defining your warrens and stuff like that, it's just really fiddly. I don't think I would do one quite like this again. I did think what I might do, if I was going to do an octagon type thing, what I'd do is to, instead of having these walls sloping, I would probably have just big steps so that you had a sort of like a square area like that. And then you'd have sort of 2 large steps instead of all of these little ones. Make it a lot easier to define and work with. So that's the major design consideration I'm going on at the moment. There's a couple of other things that I've done. At the end of our last stream, oh, you've just posted a link, Bernie, to a picture. Is there... I can't see what it is. Is it anything interesting? Yeah, at the end of the last stream, let's this is way down. So, oh, it's worked! Bernie, I think you finally got it. You've got your ass down to the cave entrance. So we cut into the caverns at the last stream, and we've had I was awfully cautious because it's not a normal cavern. It's got this enormous pit. And I think what's going on here is that this pit is leading down to the second layer of caverns. And I'm reporting as ordered, ma'am. I'm hoping that that's where it stops. Now, I was having difficulty in getting a new schedule set up. So what I've done is let's go to the military screen. Let me shrink that over. So I've set up some new alerts. We've now got an alert called Guard Duty, and our 2 fighter squads. So Bernie, you're in charge of Squad 1. Tammy, you are, because you're our what's it called, Captain of the Guard. You're our sheriff. You're our Chief of Justice. So you've got a town guard now who can keep things in order. Bernie, you are leading Fighter 1. You're our military commander. We've got Fighter 2 and 2 bunches of archers. We've got a couple of good fighters and archers who... What does it take to become a member of the team? Oh, you just tell me you want to be a member of the team and I'll put you in there. We've got a couple of fighters and a couple of archers who are really stressed out after... I think it was the cave spider attack. Seeing their friends like ripped to bits. But they look like they're good fighters. They just need a break. So I've created 2 squads. I mean, there's hardly anyone in them, but just to allow them to keep their equipment and still do a little bit of training, but to have some good quality downtime. And then once they're feeling happy again, we can return them back into their troops. Unarmed Militia 1 and Unarmed Militia 2. I'll be the safest character in the game if she is still available, the bookkeeper. I think so. I'll check that in a sec. Yeah, Unarmed Militia 1 and Unarmed Militia 2 are just some of the civilians who were getting antsy because they hadn't had any opportunity to practice their military skills. So they've got no armour, they've got no weapons, because at the moment my fighters, my main, like Bernie's squad, they're still not fully kitted out, so I want to make sure they're kitted out first, and then we'll start handing some armour out to everybody else. I'd like to get my town guards kitted out with armour, but Tammy's squad won't have weapons because I'd like them to have armour. That way if someone goes berserk and starts attacking other dwarves, the town guards aren't likely to get too badly injured themselves, but also they're not likely to do too many injuries when they're attacking people, when they're enforcing justice. So yeah, so we've got guard duty. And if we have a look on the schedules, active training, let's just switch that to the guard duty. Right. So what we have is Fighter 1, Fighter 2, and the same with Archer 1 and Archer 2. We have on an alternating schedule, there will always be at least 5 fighters. We don't need the weapons, we are the weapons, says Tammy. Yeah, exactly. And that's the problem, because if we've got an unarmed civilian who's just going crazy, we want to lock him in jail. We ideally don't want to kill him. But yes, on an alternating schedule, we'll have 5 people defending the cave entrance, and that will be 5 fighters and 5 archers. But they switch between who it is who's on duty doing defence duty, and then when they're not defending the borough, we'll have at least 5 of them doing training. So there's a lot of downtime in that, which gives them a lot of space to do, because in their downtime they'll still do training as well. Iron short swords is amongst your favourite weapons to get. I really like hammers and maces, because they do blunt damage and crush damage against armour. They're one of the best things to use, and because I've got so much steel and so much silver, I'm just churning this stuff out. So that's the squads, and sure enough, they're starting to turn up here now. What I will need to do is to get some ammunition brought down here. There's still a lot of stuff to do. You don't like to fight armour? No, I know. I've also finally figured out how to tell them which to use wood ammunition for training and metal ammunition for combat, because I kept forgetting to switch, and I didn't know how to set it up, and it was actually quite simple. It was one of those things where I just didn't read the screen, but it tells you on the screen. Is that a cave spider in the door? It's open, and it's open. What's blocking it open? Well, oh, we've got a whole bunch of person down here. I don't want to dump it. Hopefully they'll come down and they'll collect all of that bits, or all that bit of Agzeth. Oh no, Agzeth was the cave spider. Yeah, let's get you added. And I shall show you what we've been doing on Dwarf Therapist. Hang on, who is the bookkeeper? Let's see. So our bookkeeper at the moment is Attis. Attis, what an unfortunate name. Addis Othshiths Kubuk. Let's find him. We'll just switch that to nothing. And Attis, there he is. Okay. Kryptonym. There you go, Kryptonym. You're in. Well, look, your name changes in order to fix that name. Yep, indeed. Right, I've also, very belatedly, I should have done this a while ago, I've tinkered with what everybody's doing. So early in the game, I set it up so that everybody does everything. I get a couple of people specialising in things like mining, because we're short on picks, so I want to make sure that the people holding the picks are the people who are actually doing the mining, stuff like that. The people holding the battle axes are the people who are chopping down the trees. And then I also want to make sure that my army are not doing mining. It's mining, wood cutting and hunting have sort of civilian uniforms that conflict with an army uniform. So I so I always make sure that I set up what my army so that they're not doing any of those 3 tasks, but basically they can do anything else. Well, now we've got so many people. And we should have done this a long time ago. I need to start specialising stuff. Sounds like you got more than the advanced stuff in this game down. This stream is going to be a treat. Oh, thank you. I am learning. I think I'm at the scale of adequate at the moment. I've gone up one over over just the course of this stream. I've gone up from a novice to an adequate. There is still so much to learn though, but I love it, and I love doing the research as well. So yes, so we've got I've got people specialising. So if we take something, let's say farming. I've looked at what everybody's doing and how many people we want to be doing which thing. Now, somebody like this person I've called 26k, I just wanted to put a label on to hello potato, yes, live again, just can't stop. 26k because her stress was at 26, now she's up to 27 now. So I'm keeping a very close eye on face plums here. And 26 is my benchmark. I want to see if we can get it down below 26. So I've got a couple of things going that might help that, but basically anything that I think will help her, I've set her to do. So she really likes chickens, so I've got her farming because that way she'll be near the chickens. What is she doing at the moment? Oh, she's a scribe. That's right, she likes scribing. So that's one of the things that she does. Hopefully, one of the things that was upsetting her right now is that she's been spending a lot of time in the sun. She's really fed up with those old clothes though. So getting more clothes made and keeping her out of the sun, giving her the sort of food that she likes to eat and stuff like that, I think will be okay. So she's what's upset her was a lot of the battle stuff. She's been in the thick of all of the battles that we've had for now. Has she lost anybody? Trying to remember whether or not she went through a grieving stage. She might have. But yeah, so I've got her doing indoor stuff, the kind of things that should cheer her up. So hopefully we'll start bringing her stress levels down. I had every man and his dog doing stone crafting. I've now limited it just to the people who've got really high skills. And stone detailing. What we've got now is just potato, and I've given him an apprentice. So you guys will be doing all of the smoothing and fortifications, and we're going to start doing some engraving. The one thing I have let a lot of people do is I've got loads of people switched on for wood crafting, because everybody wants to do a little bit of crafting. And what we will do is put in some extra crafting benches. Now we need wooden bolts. We need those by the thousands, so they can all pitch in and help make wooden bolts, and it'll satisfy their urge to do some crafting. Now, other things. So yep, so you guys, now you're down there. I don't need to worry quite so much about weavers going down and collecting silk. Unless they decide to go really far from home to do it. What is wrong with the silk right here? You fool. At least if something tries and attacks him, at least at this first level of cave, there's a good chance that he'll be able, because there is actually a slope over the top here. He can just run backwards. We go up a level. He's just gone round there to get it. Still, I mean, he's walked over all of this web to get there, but hopefully he'll run back towards the guards. The guards will run out towards him if he gets attacked. Any mandates by the rulers? Oh yes, I should check that actually. We've recently had a change of mayor, so I'm not sure that there wasn't one active at the end of the last stream. Mayor. Oh, we've got a mayor that likes catapults. I don't want to make catapult parts. Oh. Balls. I don't even have a siege engine making thingy, which, I mean, it would probably be sensible though, I suppose, because if we're expecting mega beasts, or, you know, there's a good chance of like one big creature attacking us, it's probably not a bad idea to build some siege equipment. I'd have preferred ballistas though. Sounds like you really need to make catapults. Yeah. Okay, we'll keep him happy. Let's go put where shall I put my siege workshop? I suppose it makes sense to put it on the floor with all of the other workshops. Could put it up here. Now we'll put it down there. Okay. Right, build me a workshop. Siege. It's not one I know off the top of my head. Siege workshop is S. Okay. Of course, it's a huge one. Let's just see. So, yeah, they can walk through that. Make it out of dolomite blocks. We could make it out of chicken soap. Just to show him what I think of his siege workshop. His siege requirements. Oh, while we're thinking about things we need to build, let's just go back up to the farmland. And another thing I would like to build is I'd like to build a well. We want to build that just over here. So we've built this indoor water cistern to store all of our water, but at the moment they're having to go and they don't drink from it often, only when I forget to watch what's going on, but they do like to bathe. What's the water pipe? That's a channel that leads to the river. That was how we filled the cistern. Ropes. Use the jet mechanisms. We don't need fireproof ones for that. Now if we put a well in, they will be much happier taking water out of a well. Something that I hadn't realised, it's obvious when you think about it, but I only read about it today, is that if you put a well in, they'll use that to wash off any blood or gore or stuff, and so if they need to clean off any stains or taints that they've got on themselves, they'll go to the well. Now I think they've been doing that anyway. I think they've just been going to the water cistern, but they'll be a lot happier about it having a well in there, so that'll please them. Right, another thing that we want to do, let's let them run. Let's go to one of our craft workshops. Claremont's not doing anything. You're making quires. You're making wooden bolts. You'll be at that forever. Are these the carpenter's workshops? I should put in another craft workshop anyway, but let's add... I want to make some more nest boxes. Maybe just 3. We'll make them out of rock. And I really don't mind which rock they make it out of. So... Yep, 3 will do us. We've got a male and female turkey, and I think I'm going to get those off breeding. Oh, and yes, and another thing, because there's always loads of things. Right, it's up at the top of the fortress. So, one error that I did make, I thought that when rabbits grew up, and you butchered them, they would give you meat. Well, it turns out they don't. So rabbits as a for the purposes of meat are pointless. But of course, people have adopted them as pets. And we've also got cavies that were brought in as well. People have adopted them as pets. So I was thinking, we can't kill them because that'll upset people. What we could do is to geld the males to make sure that we don't end up with a whole rabbit explosion. So...
Dwarves left their chest unmarked.
what on earth was that? A Kia has stolen one of our steel helmets. Oh god, and it was a masterwork, so someone's going to be really unhappy about that. Okay. The farmer, where were you? The Kias shouldn't be able to get inside. That's what's really puzzling me. How has he got inside? Is he inside? Where's my cursor? Oh no, he's outside. It might be that someone's just dropped the helmet on the floor. Can't the Kias fly? Yeah, they can. Oh, hello Nautilus, welcome to the stream. So, but if I go up, the thing is that my base is completely sealed. I've made sure that that is locked. So, according to the wiki, the Kias can't get through locked doors. So that hatch is locked. And here, this is the only way they can get in and out of the building. And we've got God, I mean, this is so busy. How on earth do they walk past here without anyone noticing them? And I've got war dogs all over the place. Yeah, dog stand. Well, this here, I know the entrance looks like it's there, but think of this as just being an undercover approach. The entrance, there's 2 doors there, and they lead into this area here, which is an airlock. We can pull the gate, and so our final entrance is actually just this little hallway here, with a door there and a door there. And this is a little hallway full of war dogs. Yeah, you've had them in your fort before, and you've filled your entrance with dogs. I have no idea how they're getting past. So I think we just have to accept that we're gonna lose some. If they keep trying, they'll eventually die, because we've killed loads already. Masterpiece steel, and the fact that I mean, if they've stolen it from the stockpile, they've stolen it from the stockpile of helmets is here. Stockpile of armor is here. So yeah, it would be one of the first things, but they've got to get in and out again, past the war dogs. I mean, they can come in this way, and then down the stairs, along and up the stairs, and then back the way they came. That's always possible. Can't you view where he is? Yeah, when he interrupted the farmer, he was here. The one that has stolen it has already got away, but they fly. So once they're outside, then they just take flight and they're gone. Let's just have a look at how many are on the map. So, wild animals. Oh, we've got a spear dwarf and a mark dwarf. Good, we're starting to get soldiers visiting us now. Oh, quite a lot of soldiers visiting us actually. So they're also hanging around in our entranceway. cave crocodile. I've checked that, and that's actually on the level 2 cavern that we can see. We can see it through the pit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those keys, the strength on those keys are pretty impressive too, considering they can steal a steel anvil. Wow. We'll just have a look and see where. Yeah, he's up in the air. What's that there? So there's that one. And just going down a few levels. So there's another one, and that's airborne blood spatter. Oh no, he's just got blood on him. Yeah, we'll have been shooting at him. So this is just to the east of the fort, I think. Our fort should be just over here. Oh, there's another one in that tree over there. So there's 3 of them. Let's go back home and zoom out and just see. Whereabouts was that? Hang on, it would be faster if I did that. Yeah, because that was the... okay, there's... So I think it's around here somewhere. Where... so most of them are hanging out away from the fort. Just biding their time. But I think I've done just about as much as I can to prevent theft from the keys. They're either getting in through locked doors or they're getting past the warhounds. So, not sure if they can come from caves. I was suffering with the keys before we broke into the caves. So, pretty sure that it's... that they're flying in from the map. I could put... Might not be a bad idea, actually. I could put a chain on here and here, and then chain up a dog on each side, just to make sure that there is always a dog next door to the door, like within 1 square of the door. I could try that, that might help. But thinking about chains, I did give them a task to make some chains. And it's to do with our particularly unhappy person. Let's go down to bedroom land. Yeah. I'm going to move our particularly unhappy person. Yeah, never have too many dog sentries, indeed. Let's build a door. Oops. Build a door. Put it there. And now turn that into a bedroom. We'll make it even bigger, just to there. And I'm going to assign that bed to our really unhappy person. Where are you, number 26? Number 26 and her husband. There she is. Okay, right, that's your bedroom. And I do believe that Potato is on his way down to go and smooth and engrave the walls. So Mia's asleep on his charging port, I'm assuming, says Potato. No, he's behind you. Yeah, Mia's sleeping. Mia's actually worked all weekend. I had a bit of a thing at work. Because I've been on holiday, it didn't affect me. You're right, Bernie, he's... other death sounds here. Oh, our liaison's finally arrived. Okay, let's discuss. Much to share. Ooh, we'll have a look at that in a moment. Alright. We will buy from you. Promise to buy any mountain goat leather. How about that for a deal? Working for work or working for uni? No, working for work. Yeah, looks good to me. Happy with that. We've got we've had a request. Can't say too much about it, but it's part of an inquest. And when I say a request, it's the American equivalent of a subpoena. And we've got a deadline to get a whole bunch of information to them. It's not anything we're actually a provider of supplementary information. So, but even though we're sort of on the periphery of this, the information has been demanded from us, in addition to other parties, and so we've got to provide them tons and tons of documents, and it's all got to be catalogued and indexed. So he's been cataloguing and indexing. He was busy doing Sal's work so she could sleep in all day and stream all night. Give that man a raise. We'll be able to compensate him. That bit's not a problem. It's the fact that it's just like so much work to do in such a short time, and I actually didn't have access. I can't do it from here. This sort of thing. Anyway, he's got it done. Right, what do they want? Toys. Do you know we could just churn out a whole bunch of toys? So next year they will pay good money for toys. Legwear. No, I'm not selling you my legwear. We'll be lucky if we've got enough legwear. Nothing else there. Well, cut gems. Yeah, I'll have tons of cut gems for you. Okay. Our fortunes rise and fall together. How weird is this that our civilizations... Of course he got it done. He's German. And he's committed. Yeah, our liaison, our home dwarf tribe sends an elf as their chief diplomat is an elf. It's like everybody is at peace with everyone. It's really quite bizarre. I mean, we do have, in a very small space to the south of us, quite a way to the south of us, but sort of when you first hit civilization. Oh, well, we'll go into that screen in a moment anyway. Right.
It's mine.
Kia's stolen something else. What have you stolen? Let's have a look. A copper bolt. That's okay. We can survive a copper bolt. He's probably stolen that off the ground somewhere. Year 300, shit gets real. Right, let's go to the world map and have a look at the rumours. But yeah, around here, there is... Where did I spot it? In this area here, there is goblin fortresses and goblin pits. There's quite a few of them. And there is also human towns and there's dwarven towns, and they're all living together in harmony. Just there. Not attacking each other. Everyone's just at peace. Well, at least they were. Let's see if they still are. So, news and rumours. Nothing's showing up on the map. So in the midwinter of 2020, Smear Clenchers was known to be in the Noiseless Monastery at Furnace Page. Do You Know Parts was known to be in the Laborious Palace. Yeah, we know that. That's my palace. That's my library, the Laborious Palace. Animal Courtship, my love, was in the Laborious Palace, and the Great Dissection was in the Laborious Palace. Well, very nice for him to pass on the rumours about what he thinks he's heard is in my library. No. But there's nothing else. So the only thing we've seen happen so far, that the only news that the traders have brought us is about oh, here we go. Anything else? Yeah, no, just some more books and things. Yeah, the only other stuff we've seen is where there's been a couple of abandoned fortresses and people have gone and re-established them. Oh, hang on, is that a red thing on the map? Oh. Oh, finally there is something going on. What's this? In the early winter of 2020, refugees calling themselves the Praised Group fled from the area just before an army of the Silky Quiescence, led by the elf Irene Topgloss, descended upon the Bristle Scholar. Anything else? So there's a whole lot of refugees all running from Irene Topgloss. So the elves have made war on somebody. I wonder who. Let's have a look. I mean, they're obviously not our civilization because everything is still red. Sorry, everything's still green. I'm not that colourblind. But that is the Irene is out for blood. It might be that somewhere some dwarves have just chopped down too many trees and she's decided to take things into her own hands. Oh, there's another red thing up there, look, right next to that tomb. In the late winter of 219, Wooden Dune, the Mountain of Wind, was known to be there. Yeah, okay. Refugees calling themselves the Heavenly League fled from the area just before an army of the Blue Hell, led by the goblin Nakv Plain Rain, descended upon Splattered Squeezers. Splattered Squeezers sounds like quite a dwarven thing. Okay, so finally, they obviously heard me complaining about the fact that everyone was at peace and it was weird. That was good, because I must admit, it's just so strange. It's so strange to get this far into the game and for everyone to be living in peace. So now that finally they've started to, I don't know, quarrel over resources or build up enough of an army and stuff, that they're starting to your prayers have been answered. Yeah, so maybe they've just had room to expand up until now and they haven't been treading on each other's toes. And I was thinking about, what do we do once we've got once we've got a really nice defensible base and everything is how we want it, then again, you know what they say, be careful what you wish for. Indeed. I was thinking, what do we do? We have a choice. There's several ways to sort of go out in this game. What would be our next step? Once we finish the build stage, what do we do then? We can either go exploring underground and release whatever bad things live down there that are going to come up and destroy us and potentially the entire planet. Or we could send out some parties maybe, because there are a few. See, everywhere it's got the little Mew symbol, like the one that's just underneath my cursor now. That's an old abandoned fortress. So we could just go and send out a party and say, go colonize that. And then, or we could even retire our fortress and just leave it to make its own way in the world. And then we could go there, we could start another fortress and go and take on that one and see if we can survive in the middle of this bunch. And go and make contact with our old base. There is another one up here. So, and these are not terribly far away. If I come out of the news and rumours world, where's that other one I spotted down here? It's only like 4 or 5 days travel. Yeah, 4 days travel, and that's a ruined fortress. We could go set up there and go and take that one over. So you know, there's various options. The other thing I was thinking though is maybe before we set out, or maybe at the same time, because we'll send people out doing things. What we could do is maybe send troops up north, even if it's to go over and maybe investigate a ruin over this side of the map, because there was 2. Yeah, there's one there. It's a long way away, but it'll cause them to walk north of our base. Hello, Cell. And then we can find out what's in this northern wasteland. So Cell, you'll appreciate this. We're in year 220. Have a look at the civilizations on this map. Look at how compact it is, especially down here in the south. This is the first time, finally, a goblin has gone to war with someone and an elf has gone to war with someone else. Up until now, I did a really good scan of the map and everyone's been at peace. The goblins have been at peace with the dwarves and the elves and the humans. Everyone's been getting along just fine. And that yeti that wandered down our map when we're in the tropics, it lives in the north, up there. Great violence! Yeah, it's fun. So for those who are new to Dwarf Fortress, the motto of the game is losing is fun. And that's the whole... Any trouble is described as fun. My theory, Cell, we're in year 220, we're still in the Age of Myth, which means 2/3 of the mega beasts are still alive on the map somewhere. And if you look at how dense the population is everywhere else, I'm thinking that there must be a good proportion of those mega beasts in some unpopulated wasteland somewhere. And I'm guessing that it's somewhere around... Well, I'm actually thinking that this whole area here could be populated with mega beasts. Could have dragons and dinosaurs and who knows what else. But anyway, so we were doing news and rumours, so I think we've got all the news and rumours now. It would help if I switched off holdings. Tammy says, I question your sense of amusement. Yeah, I think we've picked up all of the news and rumours. Two battles have been fought. And lots of artifacts have been identified around the place. Okay. But yeah, I think for us, the thing we really need to be concerned about is mega beasts. So, right, what was I doing before that? Number 26, our unhappy person. To try and make her a bit happier, I have put into production some stuff. Let's see if we've got it yet. So, a restraint. Do we have the restraint that I've made for her? Which sounds like a strange thing to make for an unhappy person, I agree, but bear with me. No, we haven't. I'm making her a fancy restraint. What about the container that I've made for her? Not just her, of course, her husband too. No, we've only got microclimb ones. I'm making her an electrum coffer. We probably haven't finished making the electrum yet because the furnaces are busy. An electrum coffer and an electrum chain, and I'm gonna put a chicken in her bedroom on the chain because she likes chickens and she's got some pets. So if I put some pets in her bedroom with her, then that'll help. She'll have more interactions with a pet. Fancy restraints. So you're enabling your dwarf's kinks. Whatever they want to get up to with the chicken in the bedroom is entirely their business as long as the chicken's happy too. Now, I can't see any smoothing going on here. Yep, potato must be in the middle of stuff. I set up an awful lot of stuff for people to do, so they could be anywhere doing anything. Right, we'll let it run for a moment. Sally, you. Hey, you started it. Let's have a mosey over things. Oh, there's fighting. Okay, let's see if we can find out where that is. Kia man. Let's go to... Who are you fighting? I've been wounded. That's very annoying. Oh, he's been shot at. Where are you? On the roof? Maybe? Oh, no, he's there. Okay. Yeah, because our barracks have... Because that's where our archers are just stood there waiting for people to walk past them. Let's just keep an eye on him for the moment. Those eggs won't have any more trouble exiting the chickens anymore. Who came first, the chicken or the dwarf? Oh, wait, that's not the saying. Don't use your wood bolts. Use your oh, it might be copper bolts actually. I bet copper and... Oh, someone's stolen something. Now he's on the roof. Crossbowman's after him. I think he's just flying up in the air now. Yeah, okay, we'll... Oh, there's a bunch of them up here, look. Alright, that'll do. Let's get back down. We'll leave them to their Kia chasing. Let's have a look at... Oh my. Oh boy. Alath Emalorith, the milker, has been found dead completely drained of blood. We've got a vampire in our base. Yeah. Oh, indeed. We haven't had a migrant wave in for a while. Sorry, I was AFK, so I couldn't participate in the EU. I'm guessing it's a visitor. Let's have a look at where this happened. In his bed. Oh my. He was found dead in his bed. We'll just check, but I'm not expecting this'll be... And look at this, someone has already got their eyes on his cap. A vampire, someone called Buffy, indeed. Right, Tammy, you are our Chief of Justice. Let's see if anyone saw anything. Oops. Justice. Oh! Oh! One of the children has accused somebody. What's this? Okay, no sentence pending. Cell says, now, there is a few things to do now, but I'll say I support bleeding this creature of the night into the well. I thought about that, actually. It's like, well, do we kill this creature, or do we throw him into the water tank so that everybody becomes a vampire? These are our options. Now, thing is, we've got one witness. The witness who found the body was a dwarven child, and he's accused one of our army people. Now, before we pay too much attention to this, because one witness isn't that reliable, what I want to do, let's put this by migration wave. And let's just see. Is Dodok a very recent arrival? He's not. I don't think the child is correct. If the child was correct, then we'd have had vampirism before now. Unless there is two vampires in the base and this guy was infected. Actually, I can't even see him. Oh no, I'm looking for Moral. Dodok's the kid. Moral. So there's the person that's being accused. Arrived in the autumn of 220. Six months without killing anybody? I don't think we'd have gone 6 months without an attack if the kids got it right. I think there's something we can do to test this though. Right, Moral. I might need to leave that name on my screen before I forget it again. Let's just tuck that right over there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my military. I'm going to get Bernie to create a new squad with no uniform. We're going to call this squad Quarantine. Is that how you spell quarantine? Quarantine. Maybe. I'm gonna put moral in quarantine. We'll soon find out because vampires don't need to eat or drink. So if we go make her stand somewhere and then lock the door behind her, we'll go put her in with the tortoises or something. She can go do some unarmed combat training. If she doesn't get hungry and thirsty, then we know that that she is a vampire. Yes, okay. So there you go. I don't know which squad she's come out of because I didn't pay attention. But in fact, should have a look here. She's one of yours, Bernie. So how many? Let's just have a look now. Has she got an unusual number of kills or anything? Nope. That's what we need. Another blood-sucking accountant. Infinitely keeping track of all the records despite not seeing any for all time. Right. I'm gonna let that run for a moment. Someone will go and take the body downstairs. We're gonna have unhappy dwarfs because this fortress, there are some extremely big intermarried families in this fortress. I was looking, it might even be number 26. Let me just see if it was. Where's number 26? Show you this. It's absolutely amazing. There she is. Going to do a bit of combat training. Let's just zoom to you. And have a look at your stats. I want to see your relationships. Oh yeah, it's this one. Yeah. This is why I haven't just killed her off because yeah, she's got a husband living here, eldest son, eldest daughter. She's got 2 other sons away, but she's also got a daughter here. But then she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 siblings. And look at how many aunts and uncles she's got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And another well, there's some more. So there's what, 23? 23 aunts and uncles. There's a whole bunches of nieces and nephews and cousins. Pages and pages and pages of relatives. And a good number of them are living in our fort. So if she dies, that's going to be an awful lot of people who are going to be suffering from grief. So that's why number 26, why I'm actually trying to make her happy again, rather than just you know, feeding her to the cave spiders or something. Sending her off to the north to go see what's there. Yeah, there's 15 siblings, so what? Someone knows what's fun. It's just makes it more interesting managing.
But Dwarf has gotten an idea and is now secretly thinking about it.
Dwarf's gone secretive. Okay, let's keep an eye on you. We'll follow you, make sure we've got the workshop you need. We should have. You're moving really slow. Are you injured? Because you shouldn't be carrying anything at the moment.
Sir, you can't
I
do that there.
claim this workshop in the name of invention!
I didn't think he'd be carrying anything at this point. Let's have a look at your inventory. No, he's not carrying anything. Are you wounded? No sign of him being wounded. Oh, he's a town guard. Yeah, I don't know why he's walking around so slow. Just keep an eye on you. Okay, he's going and getting his things. I don't really want to follow him around because he's moving so slow. I wonder if... Oh, he seems to be moving a bit faster now. Right, we've got plenty of... He's getting leather. Let's see what he wants. Not telling us. Okay. Go on, make some leather trousers and then put them on.
Best start digging some more holes in the ground, Olin. We've got company.
I love these little sound clips. Maybe he's tired? Yeah, maybe. Slowed down by equipment? I thought they dropped anything that they were hauling when they had an idea. I might be wrong. Maybe they carry on doing their tasks. Mind you, we've got a bit of a frame rate thing going on at the moment, everything, because we've got so many animals. That's why I'm butchering a load. And with all those merchants, actually, the frame rate will pick up once the merchants leave, because they've got an awful lot of stuff there. Oh yeah, right, yes. Other highly essential things. Although, it would be a good idea at least to make sure that this guy can get, wrong way, can get all the stuff he needs. Will it tell us what he's making? No, it just says it's claimed. Let's go and get some metal. Well, we'll come back and have a look. So, yes. Vampires.
No.
Let's take care of that first. Where's my tortoises? Okay, here's my tortoise thing. Let's get squads. J. Move here. Just give the kid a knife and tell him to pretend to be a top in the barn. Right, just wait for our suspect to arrive. Mind you, she could be sleeping or anything. Kia, man, yeah, I know. There's, they're an absolute pain. One of them stole a masterpiece steel helmet from the stockpile. How they're getting in, I just don't know. It's, I get that there's, alright, good. He's doing his thing, so we don't need to worry about him. Yeah, I get that the Kia, I mean, there's so many bolts just lying around the place and stuff. I get that they steal stuff from out here, but how they actually manage to infiltrate the base, don't know. In fact, let's go let's build chains. We'll put one there. Oh, the electrum chain's been made. Right, we're going to put a rope there. And we'll have another rope there. It must be like solid snake. Ooh, okay. Sounds like someone's got their hands on one of them. Well, we'll leave them fighting. Unless the army actually need to intervene, because if it's just some civilians, they might run away rather than taking it on. They're actually quite weak for fighting. They're not going to do anyone any real harm. Town guard. Giant tortoise is fighting. Oh, rangers hunting. Oh, yeah. We've just had some new people walk on the map, haven't we? Oh, are they trying to fight giant tortoises out in the wild? Do you know how many bolts it takes to kill a tortoise? I think it's pretty infinite. We'll sort that out in a second. What? Town guard? No. Endok, you don't want to be going in there. I'm guessing he saw... I guess he just got involved in what he thought was an ongoing fight. Is that what you're doing? Are you wailing on that turtle? Because there is a lot of tortoise blood around the place. What's your inventory? You shouldn't have. any weapons, but it actually looks like you're carrying something. So, and you're bleeding. Oh, and there's another. Who's that in there? Oh, Ranger. Okay, yeah. I get that he's fighting because, like, he's probably gone in there to hunt the tortoises because they are wild tortoises. They just happen to be in our base. Hang on. Let's sort this little mess out. Oh, well, I tell you what. I've been streaming now for almost 2 hours. So what I'll do, I'll take a break. I'll just stop and start the stream, and I'll just fiddle with the new migrants and get them equipped and work out which one's going in the military and all that sort of thing. How many did we get? Can't be that many because we're near the population cap. Yeah, only 7. So we're up to 123 active dwarfs, but it must be close on 200 civilians. So yeah, look, that's this guy here. He's hunting giant tortoises. Yep, I'll be back. It takes me a few minutes to start and stop the stream because I'm streaming to YouTube as well as to Twitch, and YouTube's just still a bit fiddly to get set up. So yeah, we'll take a pause here. Give me 10 minutes. I'll just sort that lot out off screen rather than sitting and playing with spreadsheets in front of you. And I'll be right back. Bye for now.